Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Emerson and today we are going to be starting a brand new sketchbook. So first I'm just opening up the sketchbook and looking for a reference, and then we will get straight into the drawing. I knew that I wanted to start this sketchbook with something in color because I haven't been doing enough of that in my sketchbooks lately, and that's actually part of why I'm starting this one. I have another sketchbook going right now that I've already been working in for I think a few months, and it's actually also a moleskin, and my boyfriend gifted it to me at one point and it was very sweet. But if you use moleskins, you know that there's two kinds. There's the art kind with much thicker paper, and then there's like the journal kind with just blank pages, so they're very thin. And so yeah, it was very sweet, very appreciated, but it's not the one that I really love working in because the pages are so see-through in that one. Like, it's so strange that they even have both of them, because I don't know who is like loving the pages in the other one. I thought I would start it because I already had it, and I thought I could maybe like come to enjoy it because it could be kind of like a really quick, you know, a lot of people be starting like the ugly sketchbooks kind of thing. I feel like that was really popular for a while and it's kind of stuck around a little bit. So I thought I could have like that kind of vibe, and I think I will continue using it for perhaps that kind of thing. But I wanted to start one where I felt more comfortable using a wider variety of mediums. And I've used several of these in the past and I always loved them, and I even like the way that it takes paint, even though it's really not suited for that. I like how it ends up when I do that, and I love using markers on this paper. So that was why I wanted to start like an additional new sketchbook, even though I'm not usually one to have like two places where I'm doing pencil drawings. I'll usually just have like one painting sketchbook and one sketching sketchbook. But I really just wanted somewhere where I could feel more comfortable. Because in the other one, I actually wasn't even using like regular graphite because it was smudging a lot. I did kind of like the way that Prismacolor Color Ace pencils work on there, and the way that you can kind of see through is a little bit of a vibe. So this drawing is going to be a little bit of a trust the process kind of thing. At one point I really mess up and I thought I might not be able to recover without like getting out a different medium and covering it up, but I kept going anyway, and I personally think it ended up looking pretty cute. So right here is where it happens. That pink was not blending the way that I wanted it to, and it was a little bit of a disaster, but I mean, I worked it out in some way or another. Some of my markers were also a little bit drier than I expected them to be. I did like a little testing moment, but I didn't notice that some of them were dry, and I really need to start getting like refills for some of my Copics, but I have not done that yet, and I feel like it's kind of scary. Like, I'm kind of scared of doing it, but I really should at some point. You'll see that I'm working with a variety of brands of markers because I have like a big bin that's just like a ton of different markers, and the one that I have the most of is actually from my boyfriend, and my boyfriend never used them, so he gave them to me. They are the Utrecht brand, and I think they're pretty old. Like, when you look up those markers, I'm pretty sure they like use a whole different like barrel design now, if they even still have them. Hold on, let me look. Okay, yeah, so I looked them up and I could not find them for sale like brand new anymore. So if anyone knows anything about that, let me know. Maybe there's something you can only buy in person, I don't know. But yeah, so I've tried a few different brands of alcohol markers, and honestly, I am personally a really big fan of alcohol markers. I love the way that they handle. I think they're so fun to use, but I don't end up using them as often as I'd like to. And I feel like they're just not as practical as some other things, but they are really good for if you're going to be making things to scan. And I do be making a lot of things that like mostly serve their purpose once they are like a digital file, so I really should consider using them more. The The thing is though that my favorite brand out of all of them that I've tried, it just has to be Copics. Like, they're so good. And I honestly feel like they're really different from the other ones that I've tried. And it's sad because they're so expensive. But I do like the refill system. Once I start buying those, maybe they'll be a little bit more like worth it in my eyes. I really want to try the Ohuhu brand of markers. I've seen a lot of artists using them and they look really good. And like for the price, if it's a little bit like less nice, I feel like that's completely fine if they're still workable, because you can use them like so much more willy-nilly. If you've tried them out, let me know what you think, and let me know if you have an opinion on how they compare to Copics, like not just price-wise, but like actually, are they similar, or are they more similar to like some of the drier ones, like the pro markers and stuff? Now we're pulling out the colored pencils. I only used them in a few places. I didn't end up using them as much as I kind of thought I would, which I feel like is always the case every time I pull out my colored pencils to layer. I think I'm gonna like do all these things with like texture and stuff, but then it ends up kind of just blending in. Once we get to the hair, I used some pens and like ink markers and stuff, and one of mine was actually dry again, so I pulled out a Sharpie for part of it. And then in the background, I use a tiny bit of a Posca marker, and those finishing touches were definitely a lot of fun. It was really fun lining everything as well, because I wanted to do things like in a really loose sort of way. So I really enjoyed that part of the process. It ended up being pretty different from the reference, and I was totally fine with that because I knew that I wasn't going for like an exact copy, and I also know that I'm usually not very good at doing that with Copics, just because my colors are not going to be the same as the picture, and then for me that ends up kind of throwing me off. But I know some people do a really good job of like taking pictures and making them into totally different color palettes even. But that kind of confuses me, honestly, but it is really fun looking. I wish I could. To be honest with you, I actually started this sketchbook and made this drawing like 2 months ago now, because I am so slow at working on stuff, so I am sorry about that. I feel like it's because a lot of the time I only want to focus on one project in a day, and so that means that some things end up getting pushed back like all of the time, because like more important things show up. Like, I don't want to say more important, but like more urgent priorities and stuff. So then some projects always get pushed back and pushed back. I feel like I would probably get stuff done more frequently if I focused on more than just pretty much one thing in a day. So I kind of want to start doing that with videos in specific, since you do need to spend like so many hours editing and whatever. Spreading it out over different days, I feel like would be so much more effective. So I really need to like work on that, because I always want to make these more often, and I really want to make art more often, and I'm actually doing it this year, and I feel like I've been doing a pretty decent job. So I feel like those two things can connect, and I can make more videos out of the art that I'm making more frequently. I don't know, hopefully I can make those sync up and work for each other. Let me know if you enjoy sketchbook videos like this, because I can definitely do them pretty easily, because like the filming can be done all in one sitting and it's really nice and smooth. So yeah, let me know what you think of this. Here comes that Posca marker. I really love that color. I think it's so pretty, and I couldn't believe how well it matched with that specific marker that I had. And that is pretty much bringing us to the end. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know what you think. Subscribe if you want to see more. Give this video a like if you liked it. And I will see you next time. Bye!